Hello, everybody on the internet. Welcome to YouTube. And this is the Phriend Zone. I am Josh. That is Curtis. That is John. Follow us everywhere else on the internet. We are on Apple Podcasts. We are on Spotify. You can also find us on
Instagram,
Twitter. Twitter we don't use. I think I posted our first episode there, and we never used it.
We'll kick it up this weekend.
TikTok soon as well.
That's what we say every week.
Yeah.
One day.
One day
we'll have a TikTok.
Maybe this week.
We'll have a shirt with our logo on the front. The back will say TikTok.
I mean, that could be easy to do because we have a shirt thing here.
It's true. All right, so I guess jumping right into it, the reason why everybody's probably here, talking about the Monday night football game where we took on the Green Bay Packers. My initial thoughts. The defense looked good. Holding a Green Bay Packers team to 7 points is awesome.
That is.
The offense looked terrible. I'm a huge Jalen Hurts supporter. Everybody knows that. In general, I will always go to bat for him. But poor game. What the worst game of this year?
Game of the season.
He missed so many easy outs. Like he looked. To compare him, he looked like Aaron Rodgers. Sunday night, just missing easy throws where it was like, I don't know if Rodgers still had it. I think Jalen just looked bad. And Saquon didn't have the best game. He didn't have the worst game of the year, but it doesn't feel like it's Saquon's fault. It feels like it's either a play calling or offensive line issue, depending on the play. The play either gets blown up or an offensive lineman just misses their blocking assignment or both. But I don't know. Those are my initial thoughts. I don't know if Josh, if you
the offensive line's hurt.
Yeah,
clearly, and also Brett Toth is the center. So
true. He had a very bad game. I think we talked about last week how we didn't really hear his name, with last game, whatever week we talked about it.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. We talked about how we didn't hear his name, and obviously with an offensive lineman or a defensive back, not hearing their name is a great thing. But this week was bad, and it was, it's what you expect when Landon is hurt and has been playing terrible. Steen doesn't really look great. He's not playing like Becton played.
You lost Lane Johnson for a little bit.
Was lost. Phriend Johnson is a fine spot starter, but if we're already starting Toth, whatever the hell, and Landon is clearly incredibly banged up and not playing the Landon standard, we need to have every starter we can have. So the offensive line has been a big issue. Outside of that,
offensive coordinator is a big issue.
That's true.
In my opinion.
True. I think everyone's opinion. I don't think there's been a game outside of, I really don't think there's been a game where I've been like that excuses what Patullo's done and at his worst, because even with I don't know. I have no hope that Patullo is going to turn it around at this point through 9
No,
weeks.
they're going to win in spite of him because of the massive amount of talent they've amassed on that side of the ball.
True. That is very true. They have one of the most talented groups. It's like them and our upcoming opponent this week in terms of offensive talent.
If he had an average roster, we would be the fucking Raiders right now.
We'd be terrible.
I don't want to jump into the A.J. Brown thing again because obviously every week there's something coming up with A.J. Brown.
Yeah, we definitely should. Right. Offensive side of the ball, we should talk
Well, just
about
because we're talking about Patullo and I don't know if you guys saw Sirianni's comments today. I guess backstory for anyone who hasn't seen, A.J. Brown was on his friend's stream last night playing Madden. Basically said some things that family life was good, but everything else is a shit show. Kept throwing himself the ball on the game. Because he's like, you don't know, anything good can happen when you give 11 the ball. And then showed his stats at the end of the game. I think it was 11 catches for 168 and 2 touchdowns or something.
Which was funny. I thought that was funny.
And he's like,
funny.
this is the best highlight of football I have right now. Which okay.
He's having a little bit of fun while also not having fun.
They asked Sirianni about it today and just said that he comes in and he works hard all the time and that's what they're looking for. And that he's going to be heavily involved in the game plan moving forward. But is he? Because we say this every week. 3 targets last week.
4.
I understand his frustration.
Jalen threw the ball 26 times.
Yeah. No, I understand the frustration. I understand it from AJ's side. I don't really think. I think it's just kind of blown out of proportion, and I don't know.
Do you think it's more of an issue between Jalen and Brown?
Maybe. There was reports that they aren't as close as they.
Well, I mean, Brandon Graham said it clear as day last year.
So I think
Three targets, 2 catches.
Yeah, I think that maybe that's
That third target should never been.
Yeah, it's true.
That's true. Maybe it was just to have the third target.
But also, I know we're not WIP guys here, but I was listening to it today. Don't stab me and kill me. But I heard Ike Reese made a good point. He said if the stats were flipped for the season, and Smitty had AJ's stats, and AJ had Smitty's stats, this wouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, we wouldn't hear a word about it because Devontae Smith is a consummate professional. But you.
So I brought up earlier.
But Smitty, can I say real quick? Yeah. Smitty is not a standard you can hold anyone. I've never seen a wide receiver this talented who's this quiet and stoic. To me, it's like it's amazing to me. And someone said, I think it was Saquon said. I don't know why people are surprised when Smitty goes up and gets these catches, but I think people forgot he won the Heisman. He won the Heisman. Like he is him. And I just think I don't know, even I'll forget sometimes how good he is. And he just makes a ridiculous, heavily cut. Even the dagger wasn't that much of an open in the Super Bowl. He wasn't that open. It was still it still required.
You had to make that catch.
Yeah, you had to make that catch, and he did. I just think
he fucking does that shit.
Yes, and that's the only time I've ever heard him be obnoxious. I don't know. Smitty, I think, is so rare that it's interesting to that's a good point, but I just think Smitty is wide receiver? Calvin Johnson. What other wide receiver is that quiet? Larry Fitzgerald. Larry Fitzgerald is it's a good, but also should have won a Heisman, but that's a different point. But no, I don't know. I do think part of it, that's a wide receiver one behavior. Smitty is such a not the norm. I don't know. It's so hard to compare anybody to Smitty. It's like comparing a quarterback to
he'd be a one on almost any team. Almost.
We've done this exercise.
We've actually done this exercise before. Yeah.
I thought on the pod, but maybe not.
No, I don't think we did it on the pod. We could do it right now.
It may have been on the pod that has been lost to the internet.
Maybe you guys talk about defense, and I'm going to write out the teams that I think Smitty would not be a one on right now.
Defense
was awesome.
Jalen Phillips, as long as he can stay healthy. I mean, he's
the new addition.
He's a game wrecker.
I didn't know how big he was, and I saw him out there. I'm like, dude,
he's massive.
He's the giant man, and he was touted as this pass rush guy, which he is. But then he was very good against the run.
I mean, he created. I wish we could go back and show the video, but he created that big Jalix Hunt sack where he threw the quarterback down and then almost punched a ref in the face.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically Jalen Phillips was the unknown, and the Packers were sliding to help with Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis, and then he was just winning his matchups 1-on-1. I think he had 2 quarterback hits, 6 pressures, a forced fumble, and then a fumble recovery. So,
and Nakobe Dean, week after week, is just
shows up all the time. Yeah.
The man. You forget how good he was because he wasn't on the team for the first 6 weeks or whatever it was.
All right, are we ready for the Devontae Smith exercise?
Sure.
All right. Baltimore, Zay Flowers.
1.
Buffalo, Khalil Shakir.
1.
2. Oh, only for counting teams.
Oh, yeah,
he's a 1.
Yes, 1. Yeah,
he is the 1.
Be the 1. Cincinnati, Jamar Chase.
No.
I believe he would be a 2.
He's a 2.
1B.
Cleveland, Jerry Jeudy.
1.
Denver, Cortland Sutton.
1.
Houston, Nico Collins.
1.
Yep. Indianapolis, Michael Pittman.
1.
Jacksonville, Brian Thomas Jr.
1.
Close, but 1.
Close, but 1. Kansas City, Rashee Rice.
1.
Chargers, Lad McConkey.
1.
Raiders, Trey Tucker.
1.
Miami, Jalen Waddle.
1.
New England, Stephon
Even with
Diggs.
if Tyreek Hill was there,
he was there.
Yeah, 1. New England, Stephon Diggs.
1.
New York, Garrett Wilson.
1. Even if Neighbors was there, still be the 1.
Steelers,
closer, but yeah.
DK Metcalf.
1.
He'd be the 1.
Tennessee, Calvin Ridley.
One.
So he literally is the one on 15 of the AFC teams. It's just Jamar Chase. That's the only player that at wide receiver in the NFC or AFC that's better than him. Maybe T. Higgins, but I'd give him as whatever. Arizona, Marvin Harrison Jr.
One.
Drake London.
One.
Tet McMillan.
One.
Romo Dunze.
One.
CeeDee Lamb.
Close.
1B.
But he's the
I'd say 1B. So that's another one.
Okay.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Oh.
2.
I agree.
I hate it.
I think Amon-Ra St. Brown is better than
Yeah.
Smitty. Romeo Dobbs.
1.
Puka Nacua.
No.
2.
Yeah, I agree. 2. Justin Jefferson.
2.
2. Chris Olave.
1.
1.
Wandale Robinson.
1.
AJ Brown.
2. Well, not this year.
Yeah, not this year. Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Ooh. Before this year.
Before this year,
Easy 1.
But I don't think so. I think this year he's a 2.
Sure.
Jawan Jennings. 1.
1.
Emeka Egbuka.
1.
And Scary Terry McLaurin.
1.
So in the NFC, it's only 10 teams. Like we said that JSN.
Still.
It's 25 out of 32.
Yeah,
25 out of
32.
32.
Yeah, so literally, yeah. It's crazy. 26. There's only 6 teams that he would. Or including the Eagles, so 25, yeah. Yep. Puka, Justin Jefferson, JSN, CeeDee Lamb, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Jamar Chase are the 6 wide receivers that we think are better, and AJ Brown are the 7 wide receivers that we think are better than Smitty. But yeah,
He was the number 3 wide receiver that came out that year, right? Like the 3rd wide receiver picked the year we picked him.
No, I think he was the first wide receiver taken, but there were
Jamar was taken before.
Jamar. Oh,
I thought Jalen Waddle was before him too.
Let me look that up. But yeah,
Could be
moving on.
but-
I guess stay with the Eagles.
Yeah.
Terrible decision to go for it on 4th down at the end of the game.
Can anybody explain that one to me?
I don't know.
Yep,
You
right.
haven't.
Jalen Waddle was 6th, and Devontae was taken 10th. Terrible pick.
I can't find any way to defend that decision.
I hear that it was Jalen and AJ Brown going rogue like they did in Seattle.
I don't know. Nick seemed pretty convinced about the.
Yeah,
Unless
Sure,
he's
but
just
that's
letting
what
it-
he did in Seattle too,
That's
and then
true.
you found out.
And he's a player's coach. Like that's
Yeah.
his thing.
So I found out, or from what I've heard from several podcasts I listen to that aren't ours, people have been like, "Oh, I have an inside source saying like the play was supposed to be not that," and Jalen and AJ kind of was like, "Hey, I'll
And
throw you a
Nick
bone."
knows that he's already not hugely in the favor of AJ Brown at the very least. So
And he's always going to
you know
protect
what?
his players.
I'm
He's
gonna
that
protect my
guy.
Players, yeah, he is that guy. I mean, it's smart on Sirianni's part. I don't know.
Could have went so poorly.
It could have went really poorly, and it almost did.
Yeah, it almost
frankly.
did.
Just
Yeah.
caught the ball.
Yeah, true. But yeah, Jalen Phillips looked really good in the run game, I would like to say. I wanted to make that point. He looked amazing in the run game. He had a few pressures. I think Jalix Hunt looked really good.
He's a very good number 3.
It's back-to-back good games by him.
Nolan Jalix,
Oh yeah, Nolan was back
Nolan
too.
got
He did
home.
some things.
yep, he got home. Jalen Phillips and BG as a rotational like pass rush. And if you throw Jihad in there as well, I just think I don't know. I like that better
And
than what we had, obviously.
Uche was playing good, so
Yeah,
I'm sure
Uche
if
was
they need
playing
him,
good, so if he can, yeah.
he's a nice piece.
All right. The other thing that I want to talk about the Eagles, Jair Alexander obviously retired, and we lost the 6th-rounder for next year, so that doesn't really matter on the scale of things.
What is it with the Eagles picking these players up
That's
that
one thing I
retire?
wanted to talk about. I don't know
The
what
players
that is.
don't like playing for us, or
So I
are we
think
hard?
I was thinking maybe that
we
maybe
difficult?
practicing is hard or something, but then
They don't
there's
practice
that
them. Like
thing
they
of-
have like
There's also that thing of on Amon-Ra St. Brown's podcast. I think it was one of them was talking about somebody on, I think it was Kirby Joseph or somebody was saying Avante Maddox, who's now currently a Lion, said that the Lions practice a lot more and more like intensely than the Eagles.
Yeah,
and
I think
the Eagles
that's-
are more.
I think Javon Hargrave said this too when he left.
Yeah, so
to the
exactly.
Niners.
So what is with all these veterans signing and then retiring? Is that like maybe that's how he's blind spot? Is that he
But it
thinks there's
seemed
more
like
in
it
the
seemed
tank,
like
or-
Darius Smith wanted to be here
and then he just retired. I mean, who else was that? Who was the defensive tackle last year, 2 years ago, in the off year? That
No,
was
it
signed
was
that
you're thinking of
retired.
Miles Jack, right? He
Oh
was a
yeah,
linebacker.
linebacker, not defensive.
But then he came back and played for the Steelers.
That was weird. Miles Jack is a weird guy in
And
general.
that Parker guy, the wide receiver, what's his name?
Devontae Parker.
He came in and then retired.
It's just weird to me. I don't know. It's like a weird thing to touch on.
Devontae Parker's role would have been weird
True.
True.
if he was on the team.
True.
Like,
We still had Olamide and
but just the fact
Quez.
that they're picking players that
I
just
think
like,
we had Quays. at
Did
that
we?
point. Yes, we did. Because I believe we did.
it's just weird that they keep picking up these players that like come in and like hang out for a bit and like, yeah, I don't want to do this no more.
True.
Jair's 28. He was an All-Pro. Like,
I think his knees are fucked.
I think
Yeah,
so,
maybe.
too. I've
I
heard
think
he got
he
his
knows
knee
that.
drained twice this year.
He didn't say he was retiring. He's stepping away from football too,
Yeah.
but he's gonna retire.
All right. Well, does anybody have any other Eagles
Sorry.
points, or are we moving on to the Flyers potentially? Any Eagles points from anybody else?
I think we covered.
I think we're good.
Yeah, we talked about. So check
Worried
out.
about the secondary currently. A lot of free running guys that Jordan Love did not hit in the
Yeah.
game.
True.
Adoree Ass, they say he had a good game, but I think maybe just
And I worry that.
Yeah, on the stat sheet, I think.
Jordan Ass is just more ass than Adoree Ass.
I agree, and I worry that Jared Goff and Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jameson Williams and Sam Laporta,
Yep.
and like Jameer Gibbs in the pass game, like I and the run game, and
Yeah, do we have any look forward to next?
I'm
This coming
worried about this coming week. I think this week will be a very good measuring stick game for how good we really are.
Yeah,
I think this is another. If I had to pick the 5 best teams in the NFC right now, it's in no particular order: Eagles, Seahawks, Rams, Lions, Buccaneers.
Yeah.
I mean, that would
You could
be
throw the Bucs in
you
there.
could throw the Bucs
They're
in there.
like-
Maybe the 49ers. They look.
they don't,
solid.
they don't scare
They don't
me.
really scare me, especially with Mac Jones as a starter. Mac Jones.
Pretty doesn't scare me
No
neither.
team
Though.
in the NFC South scares me outside of the Buccaneers, and maybe the Bears. Either the Bears or the Buccaneers are my 5th team. But I think overall,
I don't think we're going to handle the Bears on Black Friday, but
exactly.
we'll get to that game when we get there.
Exactly. I think the teams that actually do scare me are Seahawks, Lions, and maybe Rams.
This
maybe
is a very good
Buccaneers, but,
measuring stick game
yeah,
to
I think
see
this will be.
where we stand
Yep, I
in the
agree.
grand scheme of things.
We'll see. Go Birds, as always.
I just hope they figure out the offense because it's going to come and bite them in the ass at some point.
100% agree.
bullshit they're
And it might
doing.
be this week because this is one of the
Yes,
best
this is you're
offenses in
playing
football.
team in general. You're playing the best,
Yes,
one of the best
yeah,
teams.
Agreed.
Even though Dan Campbell's a piece of shit and he's a fraud,
True.
and he just yells into the camera and looks cool, and that's all he wants to do.
True. Well,
Fuck him.
for this week, I agree. John, do you want to talk about the Philadelphia Flyers?
We can jump into Flyers real quick.
Sorry, John. Sorry about tonight.
okay.
Well, I guess real quick. Any
They did win for a
Phillies-
second.
Phillies news before we jump into individual things.
Harrison Bader had a cryptic Instagram post, since we like to look at cryptic Instagram posts in Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah, it's like
About-
the Philadelphia way.
It basically just seemed like he's gone, but now they've reported that,
He'll be gone until November.
yeah, he was not ruling out coming back to Philadelphia. He just didn't see them signing him right now. But apparently it's still on the table. But he wrote like, "This life is a gift, but like Philly, you're a fucking gift." And then like he spelled gift GIPHT, which I kind of hate. But
Hey, we do that with our podcast.
Thanks
Relax.
thanks
Yeah,
for
I
pandering. Yeah, but like at the beginning of the word, it's one thing. But like you're changing the PH in gift.
You know,
The F to a
anything Bader
PH?
does after last year, he's good with
Yeah.
me.
What a master that man is.
He's the master.
We'll see. We'll see where he signs, and then we'll talk about where Harrison Bader lands in my book.
But you just, for our purposes, you can't shit on him for the PH thing.
If it's the beginning of the word, it's one thing.
Okay.
Doing it in the middle of the word, I think is weird.
I think it's a weird hang up you have.
I agree.
That's fine.
All right.
I'll
Well,
die on this hill by myself.
Outside of that, did you see Dave Dombrowski talk to Bryce Harper?
And they're not talking about the specifics of that.
Yes.
And apparently, someone in the commissioner's office told Bryce Harper that people don't live who talk to the commissioner like Harper did when he was in the clubhouse.
Clubhouse, yeah. Rob Manfred.
Yeah, whatever.
bitch.
Bryce Harper will beat the shit out of you, man.
Agreed.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And whoever probably threatened his life after that.
True.
Disappointingly, Christopher Sanchez did not win the Cy Young against Paul Skeens. I think we all knew that was coming, but
I mean, honestly,
Skeens is going to win it so many times in his
shout out
life
to
at some point.
Skeens. I think
They're going to have to give a nod to somebody else.
True, but I think shout out to Skeens. He had a crazy good season. I do think credit where credit is due for a terrible, terrible Pirates team. He had a very, very good season. I mean, those numbers are nasty.
Video game numbers.
Yeah, they're ridiculous.
Absolutely.
They're
On such a shitty team, though.
yes, on the worst team. And he will be a Yankee or a Dodger, unfortunately, in a few years, which is going to make me really upset.
I think like the Pittsburgh Pirates are the Yankees, the farm system.
Yeah, they are. The Pittsburgh Pirates are absolutely. And we have a Pittsburgh Pirates fan, or just a Pittsburgh fan in general, that comes in. He's a fan of the
Sal?
No,
Oh.
He's a fan of the Penguins, the Steelers, Pirates, whatever. And he always says that the Pirates are the Yankees farm system.
Okay.
Shout out to Derek, but
He's a good one.
yeah, that's a good Pittsburgh fan, but or a smart one at least. But I guess moving on to the Flyers, I had cut you off.
No, you're good. Flyers, we'll run through real quick. It's been a pretty
Depressing
week.
I mean, they won tonight and then they didn't.
Yeah, that was horrible.
That's how these
to
things
watch.
work sometimes.
Hockey really is a blue balling sometimes, apparently.
So we went on the road, beat Nashville in Nashville 3-1 last week since we last recorded.
Deshaun Watson's.
Yes, the Deshaun Watsons, the Jerry Sandusky's. Only I'm allowed to make that joke. Don't you do it. Following the trip to Nashville, we came home, lost to the visiting Ottawa Claude-Giroux 3-2 in overtime, and then tonight we had Edmonton at home and actually hung with them for a long time, even though we were outshot like 30-15. Appeared to have won the game with like 20 seconds left off a Travis Konechny tip, but Owen Tippett had crossed the blue line too early and was offsides. And then in Flyers
Just
fashion,
got it by the tippet.
the Tippett. Too much Tippett past the blue line. And then we lost in overtime because that's what Philadelphia does. I'm not going to hang up on this too long, but I am want to go back and talk about.
I am want to go back.
I am want to go back. I am want to go back. Earlier this week, Sean Couturier was asked about what the guy has done to keep Matvei Mishkov, our star player and the future of the franchise, on the level as he's worked through these early season struggles. And Couturier, the Flyers captain, replied by saying he's a great goal scorer and has a lot of skill. I think you've just got to find a way to contribute to helping the team win in other ways when you're not scoring goals every game. I've seen improvement in the way he's not cheating as much and being on the right side of pucks. I'm sure it's different for him, but if he sticks to playing the right way, I think it's going to be a lot better for the team overall. Now, this isn't like the worst thing a captain could say about a fellow teammate, but I also don't think that you should put this guy who's like on his second season struggling with just, I guess, overall fitness. It's come out this week that he gave up hockey for 4 months over the summer. And then obviously we've talked about the ankle injury from the car crash. So obviously he's working through some things. Yeah.
Why did he give up hockey?
Don't know. I did not see if he gave a reason, but wasn't training in the offseason. So obviously a young kid, he needs to figure out how to like.
Yeah. How young is he?
21.
That makes a little sense.
Yeah.
He's got a little bit of money. He's got a little bit of fame.
Yeah, finally can go out there and like
He grew up in
get a little crazy.
Russia?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
fucking partying
Oh
right
my
now.
God. In the United States, are you kidding me? Compared to Russia?
Well, he was in Dubai when he crashed that car.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, dude.
He's like that Miley Cyrus song. Put your hands up. Party
Party
all
in the
way.
USA.
Party in the US. There you go. Not
Yeah.
party all the way. Party
That's
in the
true.
USA.
Party in the USA. Matty Mitchkov.
There you go.
But so as much as it would be great for him to develop a full game all around, you can't always expect these guys to like fill one bucket or another. Like he's like your offensive weapon, he's your scorer, he's your upside. And if he keeps getting benched in the third period, like obviously his conditioning is not going to get any better. He's used to playing 2 full periods and then getting benched like halfway through the third period. I mean, like you have these specialty guys and like obviously hockey's a little different. If he's going to be a top 6 forward, he needs to be a top 6 forward. And I think he's going to find his way. But I think as a captain, your job is just to like give a team friendly coach speak answer that's bullshit, not answering the question, not like throw this guy
I don't
under
think
the
that was
bus.
a bad answer, though.
By top 6 forward, you mean on the first 2 lines?
Yes,
So
because you usually roll
he's
4
not
lines.
that good at this point.
Offensively, yes, but I think like he is a little bit of a
He isn't
defensive
enough,
liability.
well-rounded enough.
Yeah.
All right.
Like he's not out there killing penalties.
Okay.
He's on the power play for
It's
his
the
offensive
sophomore slump,
upside.
man. It happens to a lot of them.
Yeah, I think he's gonna make his way through it. But I think like you could have gave a better answer of just like he's working through it. He's a goal scorer. You're not gonna score goals every game.
Yeah.
You just gotta keep
Was he
working
his
through it.
third or last year? Second line?
Yeah, like he rotated through the top
So
2
he
lines.
was a top 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it's just being out of shape that is now.
Pretty much.
Okay.
And just like he is cheating up the ice, and I don't know if it's a conditioning thing or he like does want to try to get that breakaway because he's a big breakaway guy.
I guess. He's a big flavored peach, it sounds like.
The biggest flavored peach. Coming up this weekend, we have a back-to-back on the road. We're going to be in St. Louis against the Blues.
On the road again.
And then down in Dallas against the Stars. Should be some good hockey. I would say we probably come back home next week with splitting those games. You probably win the game on
What
Friday.
is our record currently? Or our,
You know,
Philly.
we're
The
here.
Flyers record.
We have
What is the
numbers.
Flyers record?
Are the numbers coming
We're
up
here.
on your computer?
We're here and we have numbers. We are 8-5-3,
Okay.
That's not horrible.
sitting in
We're
the second
overtime
wild card
losses?
spot right now. Yes.
They're already looking at playoff positioning at
Yeah,
this point.
Yep.
Got to. You got to.
18 games in, man. We're only 16 games in, but
Yeah.
yeah, you're about a quarter into the season.
We're 11 games.
Oh, okay.
in, so
I didn't realize it was that quick.
we're an eighth of the season in. So
That's crazy, just because I thought the NBA always started the same time as the NHL. But that's a good segue to jump from the Flyers over to the Sixers.
yeah, so the Sixers, the Philadelphia 76ers, as I get attacked by a bug during my segment. The Philadelphia 76ers are currently 7-4. We are tied for third in the East with like 4 teams right now. It's very early in the NBA season. As I said, we're about an eighth of the way through the season. So don't really know too much about every team, but kind of, there's certain teams that at this point, where they're trending is where they're trending. Teams like the Washington Wizards, who have only won 1 game. We are one of their losses, but there are certain teams that are tanking and are buying and contending in the NBA. And I think the Sixers are not buyers, but are a fun young team with a player who is probably my favorite 76er of all time, but just does not fit currently in what we're doing. To jump right in there's been 3 games since we last talked about the Sixers. We beat the Raptors, but talking again about teams that are selling and teams that are buying, the Raptors are sellers. They're not a good team. We should be winning these games, so beating them was good. We beat them by 10 points. So that was, was a good win. But Embiid looked clunky, but he got a lot of points. Embiid and Maxey both scored. I believe Embiid had 29 and Maxey like 32, something like that. So it was the dynamic duo, but Embiid just does not look like a great fit in our offense.
Isn't his knee hurt again?
His other knee is
the other one.
Yeah, it's now his other knee. Left knee has been the issue the entire career, and now it's the right knee apparently is now having issues. So you can't catch a break if you're the Sixers with injuries. But again, I think honestly, with how good our young guys look, it might not be the worst thing if Embiid had some time away. And I know that's a horrible thing to say, but I don't know. This is part of a greater theme that I have this week in terms of my Sixers discourse. But moving on to the Pistons game last Sunday, it was a bad loss. It was the home game with old uniforms. I think the referees thought it was like the early 2000s or late 90s. They didn't call like any fouls. It was crazy. And the Pistons are a very, very physical team. They're like the bad boy Pistons. They're like all like a bunch of like bruisers, and then they have Cade Cunningham, who's a former number 1 overall pick. I think he was 2022, somewhere one of those years. They didn't really call any fouls, which I love. They just kind of let everybody play. There were several times where it benefited the Sixers and a lot of times where it did not. But losing to the Pistons was not good. The late game plan was terrible. Maxey, Grimes, Edgecombe look great. McCain's still getting back to speed, obviously, off of like a year and a half of not playing basketball. But Embiid again just looked clunky. I just don't. He like breaks up fast breaks. He kind of loafs on defense. To the Matty Mitchkov point, a little different when Embiid's like at the end of his career and both of his knees are gone. It makes a little more sense.
Already won an MVP.
Yeah, already won an MVP, won 2 scoring titles.
Thank God he won it when he did.
True, but I mean, he's kind of loafing, and I think he's always, when he steps on a basketball court, he is a top 10 player in the NBA. But I just think it doesn't really fit with our run and gun kind of scheme that we're working with. Whereas Bona fits a lot better, even though he's not an offensive player whatsoever. At least he can run, and he'll get a lot of fast break dunks just because he sprints up and down the court and plays defense. But anyway, bad loss to the Pistons. Was very upset with that. It was a 3-point loss. We had a shot late game to tie it, and it was a terrible game plan by Nick Nurse. Just didn't look good, but you'll have that. We followed it up with a win, a very big win against the Celtics. It was a fourth quarter comeback. We had another bad third quarter. If you look at all the games this year, I believe, have been outscored in the third quarter. It's like 2-1 by every team, or like overall, if you add, what we've scored in the third versus what's been scored on us. Another game where a small guard destroyed us. Anthony Simons was amazing off the bench. He looked really good against us earlier this season and again this game. Justin Edwards looked awesome. For those who don't know, he's like the 10th guy on our bench. So when you have a role player that'll come out and have like 21 points, it was very impressive. We need games from role players like this. That's kind of what the NBA is about. I don't know how it works in hockey. If you ever have I guess it's different, but like if there's ever like a third line type of guy that'll have like a 2-goal game randomly, something like that. But in the NBA, it's very, you'll have a guy randomly. It's like any given Sunday.
Just go off.
Just go off. So that's the hope. But I don't know. Overall, we have a game Friday. It's the Pistons. It's an NBA Cup game. So it'll be that weird looking court. So that'll be at the time of recording, technically tomorrow, but we're technically recording on Wednesday. So 2 days from now, before we next record, we also have a game on Monday in Philadelphia against the Clippers. So go Sixers. I think a big, what I was, kind of talking about throughout this long-winded rant, was I think an Embiid trade seems more and more smart.
Would anybody want to pick him up at this
definitely
point?
part of the question is,
and if they did, what will he get back?
So what I would think, the Embiid really clogs up lanes. He's an incredibly good offensive player. A team that needs a second offensive player, like a Luka Doncic or something, like the Lakers would love an Embiid to pair with LeBron and Luka.
Lakers just get everybody.
Yeah.
That Luka trade doesn't make any sense, especially after last night. I watched that thing.
Isn't that pretty good? The guy did a very good job explaining that. But the Clippers, maybe, who need like teams that are buying right now, and I don't know, those are bad. It's just off the top of my head, but would maybe send an okay center and then like a first round pick like 3 years from now or something like that.
Would anybody want him at the salary he has though, or would the Sixers pick that?
The NBA salaries are kind of fake because there is a salary cap, but you can go above it. You just go into the luxury tax, and you have to pay $2 for every dollar that you pay. You pay a $2 on every dollar tax. That's above the salary cap. So, like for the years that the Warriors were winning all those championships,
so they were just
paying
above
they're giving the NBA like $100 million.
So that the NBA gets that extra money.
Yes, they just get the extra money, and the Warriors.
So, they really need it. So yeah, I get it.
The Warriors were making billions of dollars while winning finals with Steph Curry. So it was like, it doesn't matter if we have to pay $150 million to the NBA over 4 years, just because we're over the salary. We're in the luxury tax, as they call it.
Okay.
But yeah. Anyway, so a team would potentially pay Embiid if they're contending and they have an offense that fits in better. I just don't know who would be, and obviously I would love to see Embiid win a title here. This team is really fun. Team is really fun, good offense. We're 4th in the East. I don't know. There's a lot of injured players. Jason Tatum's out for this whole season, so that'll be big for us. There are a lot of players that are out. Tyrese Halliburton's out in the East for us. So, like,
I mean, the Sixers are fun to watch. I'm
very
not
fun. We're not going to win a championship. But
I'm not there yet. They're not
very-
sucking me in because they do it every year. And I'm like, oh, this is the way of the year. They get past the second round, and then they always suck me. So I'm just
That's
watching
true.
it. I'm going to enjoy it.
I'm in like fan mode. I have no expectations. I'm just happy to be here and actually have a team that can compete every night and contend with teams like the Pistons and
Who are they playing in the
that
game
are
you go to?
solid teams. What'd you say?
Who are they playing when you go?
They will be playing the Raptors, I believe. Yes, the Raptors on the 19th. So that would be the other game that may be before our podcast, depending on when we record it. As I said, they'll be playing Friday.
Any
against
fans want to go down to the game? See Curtis. He'll be there.
True, I'll be there.
Shake his hand,
I'll
say
be doing
hi.
a little meet and greet.
Do a little meet and greet at the game.
He's got my number. He'll dial me up. I'll talk to you.
Yeah,
John will talk to you.
exactly.
I'll be at work, so don't call me.
True. Yeah, we will be heading to Detroit on Friday, and then we will be back-to-back homestand. Well, not back-to-back, but Monday, Wednesday homestand, playing the Clippers and the Raptors, both of Kawhi Leonard's teams outside of the San Antonio Spurs. So, moving on, I guess, to probably our last topic for the pod. One of our last 2 topics of the pod, the broader. What's that?
I was going to smack the fly in.
The broader topic being just college sports in general, being our last topic. But moving on to the University of Pittsburgh, football is still very much alive. We have a.
What's that like?
Normally, I'm out at this point, but I guess at this point I was 7-2 last year too, so that's really depressing because we could end up being 7-5 again, and we most likely will be. But being optimistic right now, we have a game, college game day, this Saturday at noon. I debated heading out, but I do not think that we are going to win. Unfortunately, we were playing against Notre Dame. I think the stadium will be packed, even though that is a rarity for Pitt. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish show up, especially in Pennsylvania.
It's so weird.
I think it's going to be a very good game. It's Mason Heinschel, who is an 18-year-old true freshman's first real test. I would not be surprised if he threw multiple interceptions this game. Just being realistic here. The game does not matter for the ACC championship at all. Like, if we lose this game, we're still very much in the playoff race because it's not an ACC game. So technically after that, we have, well, not technically, in real life too, we have games against Georgia Tech and Miami after. So those are the games that matter. They're also both ranked. So we have 3 ranked games in a row. If we win out, we may be ranked like 6th in the country. If we win out, which would be insane, but we are not going to win out. I really hope we win this game. It'd be great. But as I said, the games that really matter to me are Georgia Tech and Miami. In particular, Miami. I don't like Miami. If we could beat Miami, that'd be awesome. Overall, fuck the Irish. Although shout out to the actual Irish people. Yeah.
Hey.
And a little bit.
And a little bit me.
A little bit. Me too, a little bit. But the Notre Dame Fighting Irish are going to be hopefully losers this weekend, heading back to Indiana. But yeah, shout out Pitt football. Hail to Pitt. Moving on before we head to Penn State, Pitt basketball is currently 3-0. We beat.
That's something.
Yeah, it's something. We beat Youngstown State, Longwood, and Eastern Michigan University. The biggest game, in my opinion, outside of obviously the actual big games of the season, will be tomorrow. The backyard brawl will be happening tomorrow against West Virginia. Hopefully we beat them. I saw that their old coach that got a DUI in Pittsburgh, like a loser. I forget what his name is. It's the fat gray-haired guy that was their basketball
Drunky
coach.
McDriverson.
Yeah, basically, Drunky McDriverson was apparently visiting Pitt. I think they were going to hire him as an assistant. So just classic. We own those idiots, and tomorrow we will again. So definitely fuck the Mountaineers. the Irish, whatever. I hope they lose, but fuck the Mountaineers for sure. Hail to Pitt. Moving on to the other great state university in the great state of Pennsylvania. John, what do we got with
The sad state university in
Well,
Pennsylvania.
you got the hockey,
Just
though.
football wise, we got the
Hockey was pretty rough last weekend too.
That's true.
So obviously, if you listened to last week's podcast, and none of you did,
34 people looked at it.
34 people looked at it. That's cool. And we're only at 41 minutes right now.
I know,
They don't
right?
need to know that.
Look at us. Who would have thunk it?
So last week I had no hope for Penn State doing anything against Indiana. Frankly, I don't know what Indiana's game plan
He
was.
got fired.
Franklin?
Yeah. You said
Frankly.
Franklin. It was kind of a joke that didn't go over well.
Got it.
I liked
I
it.
got it.
I wasn't paying enough attention, but yes.
I
Go on.
don't know what Indiana's game plan was coming in. I don't like that.
Just
Not
frankly,
at all.
I don't know. It's funny.
Anyway,
He got fired.
That's our next
He
shirt.
got fired.
Look for our merch store coming soon on the TikTok.
Frankly, you got fired.
I don't really know what Signetti's game plan was coming in against Penn State after you just watched Ohio State throw the ball deep on Penn State
True.
at will.
Figured out that last drive they kept throwing.
Yeah.
They're like, you
Okay.
know what? We should just go.
never
do it."
watched
Just
college
football.
football. I was here for that game, and I was here for the last two
We
catches.
were all here. Yep.
And
Good game.
how do you have two of the most amazing catches ever in the same
Back to
drive,
back on the same
back
drive?
to back to win the game?
Because they hadn't been doing it all game, so it was like, I don't know. If they had been doing that all game,
We live in the
it would've
matrix,
been-
and
Oh,
nothing's
wow.
real.
That's very true.
So at the end of the day, that loss really means nothing to Penn State. It's just the way that they did lose when they could have upset the number 2 team in the
It would've
country.
been a fun win.
It
Who
made me care about Penn State for a second.
Here you go.
That's what they do. They bring you in. They let you
They
down.
shut you out.
Yep.
This is literally what's happening with my next 3 weeks as well.
So yeah, some people are calling it the greatest catch in college football history ever. I think that's a little dramatic, and
Very dramatic.
I mean, great catch, great play, great way to win a game.
Best catch this year.
I don't know that it gets remembered in the pantheon of college football plays going down.
Yeah, no. If
You
Penn
got a
State was
toenail in.
ranked,
How do you not
was-
remember that
also,
for the
I
rest of
think-
your life?
But
I've
if,
already forgotten about it.
Oh, well, you would, because it
True.
hurts you.
if Penn State was ranked,
We should have cut the grass a little shorter, and then
Penn
you
State
would
was
have
like-
never got it.
if Penn State was like 5th overall and that had happened, that would be probably
Right.
one of
True.
the best
Yeah,
catches
you're
of all
right.
time. But the fact that it was against an unranked team, it doesn't. Like college football, I think that's one thing with college football is that context really matters because there's such a scale. Like obviously this year's Penn State team versus last year's Penn State team. Last year's Penn State team didn't almost win a national title, but pretty close.
Final Four.
Yeah, exactly.
Final
So-
Four for everybody last year.
compared to unranked. So context matters with catches. So I wouldn't say it's that great because of that
Right.
context. But it was
Saved
one
their
of the
season.
most stupid catches I've ever seen in my life. And it did save their season. So
Sure did.
All right,
Penn
I
State
gotta stop.
hockey.
I gotta stop playing here because I'm getting distracted. Penn State football is going out to East Lansing this week. We will see what happens there. My hopes are still low.
Michigan State,
Speaking of East Lansing,
Sparty.
Penn State went out to Michigan State last week to play some hockey. We were ranked number 3 in the country. They were ranked number 1. We lost on Friday night, 1-2 in overtime. Not a big deal.
There's a flyer on that team, isn't there?
2 flyers on Michigan State. Porter Martone, he got a roughing penalty early in the game. Did look like he left his feet to target ahead.
It was
They pretty cool.
Very Philadelphia.
Very Philadelphia of him. He's going to fit in just great when he makes the big club. Was found to be not in the wrong, even though I'm pretty sure both of his skates were off the ice. But whatever, I'll take it for now. Followed up the 2-1 hard-fought overtime loss on Friday with a 5-0 loss on Saturday. And this was immediately after I watched Penn State give up that game.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking Saturday.
I felt bad for you that day.
The boys were chanted out of the stadium as being overrated. They were right. We dropped from number 3 to number 5. So, yeah, tough week for the boys out in East Lansing. I think they'll get it together this week. Aiden Fink is still out with his upper body injury, so we will see how much longer.
out of my face.
We need the Fink in our face, my
That's
man.
true.
Still talented
All the
squad.
things.
And they will be coming home this weekend to face the number 2 team in the country. We dropped to number 5. I think I already said that, but doubling down if I didn't. Finally getting a home game against a big ranked opponent, as we've been on the road for the first 3 series against ranked teams. Michigan coming into town for Friday and Saturday evening at the Pagula Ice Arena. Michigan survived being ranked number 2 in the country, even though they suffered a really big 6-1 loss to Wisconsin last week. Watched the end of that game here, and I was like, what is happening? And then some drunk people couldn't figure out the shots and goals and the differences between them. So that was fun.
That's not surprising.
Well, you know the people, so.
That's less surprising, even less
Yeah.
surprising.
Big matchup with Big Blue. We'll see how we match up with home ice advantage, and we'll talk about that next week.
Big Blue, more like
Yeah.
Big Pooh.
Yeah. Big Pooh indeed.
Yep. Thank you guys. I guess I'll do the sign off. Thank you guys for those who listened this far. We're a lot shorter this week of the podcast. Thanks to Josh and his great idea of splitting our podcast. Please go watch the Picks podcast, or at least you can.
You should have already watched it before you watch it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So my goal is to have the Picks Pod uploaded to the internets and wherever you can see it by Thursday.
Question mark?
Yeah, Thursday, Friday at the latest, and have our normal main pod. This one you're watching right now, hopefully up by Saturday, sometime Sunday.
Perfect.
That all depends on me and my willingness to go and edit this and put it up. But that's the goal. So Picks Pod Thursday, main pod Saturday. That's what I wanted to do. That's how I want to do it going forward. It's going to help make this more enjoyable to watch because it's only 47 minutes and not 2 hours long.
Hell yeah.
So you can watch this whole one and don't complain about it. So there's that. And again, we're on YouTube because you know that we're here. We're on Spotify. You can watch us, listen to us there. We're on Apple Podcasts. Listen to us there. And anywhere else you can get your podcasts. So just go find us, listen to us, download us. Tell your friends. Tell your friends' friends. Tell your mom. Everybody.
John, anything else before we?
I think that's all I got.
Right.
That's all.
It. Thank you guys, and for those who are still watching, thank you so much, and we love you.
Yeah, I do love you.
Yeah, go on Apple, download the episode. Don't listen to it there, but download it.
Yeah, give us some nice
some 5-star reviews.
Fluff
on
us up a
Apple.
little bit. Give us a little fluff.
All right.
And then
I think they got it.
Yeah.
I think they got it.
We'll catch you next week.
All right.
Next week.
Love
Later,
you guys.
dickheads.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Peace.
And I can't find the mouse. We're cutting this part out right now.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we definitely got to cut this out.
And goodbye.